All right. Cheers, all. So, NBA offseason starting off with a nice little bang. So, talk about three players today I just want to talk about. And number one, we'll talk about Draymond Green. Number two, Damian Lillard. Number three, LaMelo Ball. So, my thoughts are LaMelo just re-signed a huge contract. I think it was like 260 million for like 5 years or something like that. So, it was a massive deal, literally over what is that, 50 something $million a year comes down to, and breaking it down. He's an up and coming superstar. He has a skill set which is unique. Obviously, he's a point guard, which is a quite bigger point guard, and on top of that, he's able to shoot very well, and he's able to create very well for his team. So my thoughts are, I think what they see in LaMelo is, Charlotte sees that it's an opportunity that he can develop to someone like Ja. His game, except a little bit better shooter than Ja, a little bit bigger. And I think if he can stay healthy, you never know. He's a star in the making. They're just going to have to build around him. So it's a massive deal. My thoughts are, when you sign someone to something like that, it does hamper you a little bit, especially with the new, CBA coming up here with the salary caps and everything. So are they going to be able to build around him with the limited funds now? So we will see how that turns out. Also, if LaMelo can stay healthy, that's the biggest thing. He's got to be able to stay healthy, stay on the court to make it worth the money that they're paying him. So my thoughts are, I think he's a star in the making, guys. I mean, no matter how anybody feels about his father, that defeats the purpose. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about him as a player, him as a future star. Can he develop? And, from what I've seen, he's getting better and better every time, every year. So we'll see. We'll see how he does. I think it is a good thing that they re-signed to extension, and, for him, I think he is a star waiting to happen. However, you have to build around him, because what could happen to him is exactly what's happened to Dame Lillard, guys. So the big news, Damian Lillard is requesting a trade from the Portland Trailblazers. I believe 11 years now into his pro career, 11, 12 years. He's looking for an opportunity, obviously, to win a championship. That's the only reason why he loves Portland. He's always said that he's been loyal to a T. They never built around him. I did a short on this earlier. It's really, in my eyes, the Portland Trail Blazers' fault, the front office, because they never really gave him any help to take him to the next level. And this is a team sport. He can only do so much. You look at Steph Curry, same type of game, same abilities and everything like that. But the Warriors built around Steph Curry, and look what happened. They won 4 championships. Did Portland ever build around Dame Lillard? No. They did not give him any type of superstar, counterpoint, or kind of person to shoot like Klay Thompson with the Warriors. I mean, they gave him CJ McCollum, but they traded him away. So there goes that. There was no Draymond Green to help facilitate, to help be the dirty man of the Portland. There was nobody that they helped build around Dame Lillard. So I do not blame him for, wanting a championship after his dedication for over a decade to the, Portland team, Portland area. He deserves an opportunity to try and win a championship. However, I do think this is what's going to end up happening. No matter where he goes, the team that's going to trade for him, Portland's going to want an arm and a leg, guys. This is the thing. They're going to give up so many assets, whether draft picks, whether players, money, cap, all that shit to get Dame Lillard, that it's going to actually hamper the team wherever Dame goes. So that's why I believe, you got to build within the system. You got to build through the draft. I really do believe that. And right now, the last couple championships pretty much showed you have to do that way. I mean, look at the Warriors. They built through the draft. Look at the Denver Nuggets. They built through the draft. Same thing with freaking Milwaukee Bucks. They built through the draft. So it's one of those things where it's going to be tough, wherever Dame goes, because they're going to lose assets to get him. So we'll see where he goes. If he's willing to, take any pay cuts, things like that, extensions, obviously. But I don't blame anybody but the Blazers on this one. I don't blame, Dame Lillard. I don't blame anybody else. I just blame that they didn't do enough to build around him to help keep him happy, and at least contend for a championship. That's the one thing. I think he would have stayed in Portland if they were at least championship competitiveness. They're not even, competitive in the playoffs. They can't even barely make the play. They didn't even make the playoffs. So I don't blame the guy. So best of luck to him. Would love to see him in the Bay Area. He is from the Bay Area. That would be kind of cool, but I highly doubt that will happen. Last person I want to talk about, Draymond Green. Let's go Dubs, baby. Cheers to Draymond and his new contract. I believe $100 million for, I want to say, what is it, 3 or 4 years? I'd have to double check that, or with the player option again. So I think it's like 4 years or something like that. So $100 million. He's $100 million man. He can go around saying that. In my eyes, as a fan, from what I see, I think he got maybe a year and a half, two good years in him still left, I feel. So after that, the Warriors can kind of move on from him if they want to. But I think right now there's 2 more good years in Draymond, I feel. I think he did the right decision for himself and the Warriors. Himself, because the system that the Warriors have created fits his game perfectly. He doesn't have to worry about scoring. There's no pressure on him to score. There's no pressure on him to do anything except play defense and set pick and rolls and maybe score 8 points a game. Pretty much that's all he needs to do. Score 8 points a game. That's all they're going to look for as a Warriors, team. He doesn't have to do anything except, just play within the system. There's no pressure on him, so it's best for him to stay there. On top of that, the Warriors do need him, especially if you're still sticking with, Curry. Because in my eyes, I think Curry has a good 3 years left in him, barring injuries between all of them, obviously. He's got a good three good, solid, like top 10 player in the league game, seasons left, I feel, barring any injuries. And then after that, obviously, father time always wins. But like I just said, the Warriors need Draymond for his defense, his ability to play, rebound, the pick and roll, his ability to pass and run the team as a power point forward, whatever you want to call it, point guard. You know what I mean? And I think they just gel together. It's just they played together for over a decade, guys. So it's just one of those things where if they want to make one last final push run for another championship or 2, if they can, or at least compete for it, it was best for him to stay in. And I'm glad they did that. Now, I think the Warriors aren't done making moves. There might be some other moves that we could see that could be a little surprising, after moving Jordan Poole, obviously. But I think Warriors are going to have to make a few more moves, especially, after getting Chris Paul. But I think they're going to have to get a little bit deeper inside, whether it's length or height. I think they need a little bit more size. I know the Warriors are still going to play their majority small ball, and they'll win a majority of the games. But I think when it comes to them trying to play, compete in the championship rounds and, the playoffs and everything, I think they're going to have to get a little bit more size. But like I said, I think next year is going to be a little bit different. A lot of people are counting the Warriors out, previous year. You guys got to keep running. This past year, the Warriors, it was a lot of freaking issues that they had to freaking dealt with. Jordan Poole, number 1. The issues, him and Draymond Green, that video that leaked of him getting punched. And then everybody's it's leaking right now. Jordan Poole is not the greatest teammate. Everybody was not happy with Jordan Poole. They just didn't gel, especially after that championship run. Who knows? Maybe it got to his head, maybe it got to everybody's head. Who knows? And then number 2, a lot of people keep forgetting. I think the most crucial thing that happened to the Warriors this past season, everybody keeps forgetting, Andrew Wiggins, guys. Andrew Wiggins was gone many, many months. He has a family issue he had to take care of, and family first. I wholeheartedly support that. However, by him being gone, it completely affected the team. Everything from chemistry wise to him being rusty in the playoffs. It was simple as that. If you guys didn't watch it, Andrew wasn't, he wasn't the typical Andrew Wiggins from the championship run they did the previous year. He was out like 2-3 months, guys. It takes a toll on his, on your shooting ability, your flow and everything. So that was huge and crucial in my eye. I think that was one of the biggest things was him missing. I think if he would have played throughout the whole season, if he would have been healthy and and be able to play and everything, I think we could be talking a little bit different. We could have seen possibly Denver and Golden State in the Western Conference Finals instead of the Lakers. So that's just my thoughts, but who knows on that. So, like I said, great re-signing by the Warriors, I feel like. A great move on Dame. Best of luck to him because I think he's one of the most exciting players you'll ever see. And nobody gets to see him because he plays on the West Coast, obviously. And Portland gets no TV time at all. So, hopefully he goes somewhere that, the rest of the country can see his game and see how great of a player he is. Other than that, guys, if you guys like this shit, subscribe.